A woman and her husband, who have been together for many years, are reborn. But she isn't happy at all. She pretends not to know him when he runs towards her and deliberately avoids him. In their previous life, they were a couple everyone envied. But then the woman suffered from a genetic defect that left her disabled for life. However, the man didn't look down on her body and even proposed to her at that moment. The girl was moved by his unwavering love and decided to spend her whole life with him. But reality was that the man's family didn't allow him to have a wife with a disability. His evil older brother took advantage of this to seize his position as heir. The girl finally realized that her presence had become a burden for the man. But the man believed that couples should support each other. Seeing his wife sad, he took her out to cheer her up. They didn't expect a sudden forest fire. According to the man's healthy body, he could have survived if he left alone. But the man refused to abandon his wife and pushed her away, putting himself in danger. When he woke up again, he found himself back in high school, relieved that he didn't know his husband yet. To avoid being a burden, he decided to avoid any chance of meeting his husband. But just after coming downstairs, he saw the man looking at him. The excitement of reuniting filled his heart, but the girl had a bad feeling. As the man ran towards her excitedly, she realized the husband might have also been reborn. She instinctively responded to him, but as soon as she ran out, she regretted it. This time she couldn't trouble the man anymore. In just a few steps, the girl had many thoughts. At the moment they were about to meet, she moved aside and created distance. The man looked at the girl who passed by him and was surprised. They had been in love for so long and had developed a deep understanding. He clearly knew what the tears in her eyes meant. Back in the dorm, the girl started reading about reincarnation stories. Suddenly, she heard her best friend say that a new student had transferred to the chemistry department, and the student's name was the one she loved deeply. The husband was a genius in finance, but suddenly transferring to chemistry seemed like self-destruction. She suddenly remembered the husband once said that if there was another life, she would definitely transfer to chemistry to meet him earlier. She immediately realized the purpose of the husband transferring to chemistry. She rushed out to try to persuade him to return to his favorite finance major, but she had no right to do so. The man sensed it and opened the door. In an instant, he pulled the girl into his arms. She forced herself to resist and pretended to be harassed by a stranger, scolding him as a lecher and telling him she would never like someone like him. The cruel words cut both the man and herself. Since she knew that being with him would end in tragedy, it was better to keep distance. Just when she was lost in thought, her best friend dragged her to the basketball court to watch some energetic boys playing. As the crowd laughed, a childhood friend shyly handed a milk tea to the girl. When the man saw this, he made a perfect dunk with the basketball and declared his ownership. Then, before the girl could react, he took the milk tea from her and took a sip. What he said made the childhood friend feel embarrassed. The man naturally held the girl in his arms. It proved that such a warm man was irresistible to all girls, especially since she loved him. But because she loved him, she couldn't let herself be a burden anymore. So she slapped him and said cruel words in front of all the students, which hurt even more. No one knew these hurtful words had also wounded her deeply. However, the man's excellence made his evil older brother very anxious. Because the plan the man proposed directly brought the company 5 billion yuan. The father got so happy that he wanted to announce him as the heir. To get rid of the